तो उसे कर चेंज कर दे. शुरू शुरू बैठ. बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम. अस्सलाम वालेकुम वंस अगेन. सबसे पहले मैं मोहम्मद अली को बुलाना चाहूँगा ताकि वो तिलावत कुरान पाक करें.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الرحمن علم القرآن خلق الإنسان علمه البيان. الشمس والقمر بحسبان والنجم والشجر يسجدان والسماء رفعها ووضع الميزان ألا تطغوا في الميزان وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط ولا تخسروا الميزان والأرض وضعها للأنام فيها فاكهة والنخل ذات الأكمام والحب ذو العصف والريحان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان. صدق الله العلي العظيم. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. The Beneficent Allah taught the Quran. He created man, taught him the mode of expression. The sun and the moon follow a reckoning, and the herbs and the trees do prostrate to him. And the heaven, he raised it high, and he made the balance, that you may not be inordinate in respect of the measure. And keep up the balance with equity, and do not make the measure deficient. And the earth, he has set it for living creatures. Therein is fruit and palms having sheath clusters, and the grain with lids, husk, and fragrance. Which then of the bounties of your Lord will you deny? Sadaqallahul Aliyyul Azim.
माशाल्लाह अली जज़ाकल्लाह। अब हम माशाल्लाह माशाल्लाह, और माशाल्लाह कारी भी है, और माशाल्लाह दुआए कुमैल हदीस किस्सा जैसे ये पढ़ता है। अभी कुछ दिन पहले एक अभी बिलग्रामी साहब आए थे, उन्हीं का मैं दुनिया का सफ़र करता हूँ, लेकिन मैंने इससे खूबसूरत हदीस किस्सा पढ़ते हुए दुनिया में किसी को नहीं देखा। कमेंट्स माशाल्लाह अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला मुहम्मद व आले मोहम्मद। जी माशाल्लाह, पूरे फैमिली में माशाल्लाह ये इस देर। अब हम प्रोग्राम का आगाज़ करते हैं। माशाल्लाह ये हमारे जो प्रोग्राम है उसका सेकंड फेज़ है, और मैं जस्ट लाइक लास्ट वीक आई वांट टू वेलकम ईच एंड एवरी वन ऑफ यू, स्पेशली द जजेस, जिनके बगैर ये प्रोग्राम पॉसिबल नहीं था। और इसको वक्त हमारे पास शॉर्ट है, तो मैं सबसे पहले फरहा को बुलाऊंगा ताकि वो प्रोग्राम को स्टार्ट करें, और इसको उसके बाद हम वी आर एक्सपेक्टिंग सम मोर पीपल टू कम, तो इंशाल्लाह आते रहेंगे, लेकिन हम इसको वीडियोस में चलते रहेंगे। और आपके लिए ये दिस इज़ अ टीवी फॉर यू, सो आपको इसको क्लोजअप में इसको देख सकते हैं। बहुत शुक्रिया।
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Please read a very loud salawat. So as you have just heard, that's the second session of the 2 sessions of the program organized by Wilayat Academy. Again, the same thing that what I've announced last time, all judges are from the community. Everybody here, and you know them very well, but officially I have to introduce all judges, the panel of 5 judges. So last week also we had a panel of 5 judges. This week also we have a panel of 5 judges. So if I start from this side in any order, so respected Kakab Rizvi Saiba Kakabaji. Our second judge, respected Dr. Firdaus. Third judge, respected brother Ali Abdi. Our fourth judge, respected brother Masoom Ali. And our fifth judge, respected brother Ali Stefanakwi. So before we'll start the program, one thing that we've announced before as well, and all parents and students, they already know the criteria very well. Since it is a documentary competition, so judges will judge you on whatever they'll see on screen. That's why you've just heard that we have a screen separately for the judges, so they will do their work, which is the tedious, hardest work, they will do in easy to focus them. Others you can see on these 2 TVs, and it is live stream program as well, right? So, right, I'll call the name of the participant, and then the same time the participant will come here, and then, I mean, that rostrum, it's completely optional. I already told you, but for everybody, those who, if you are not a parent, so you also know that what's happening here. So I'll call the contestant will come here and stand, and we will run his or her documentary or presentation, whatever he or she shared with us. Nobody will ask you a question. I'm talking about the contestants. You'll just stand here as a recognition that this is your work, and everybody will see your work on screen. Now, optional. If you want to say anything about what you've done related to your documentary, you can share it, but only you'll get a minute. Okay, in a minute, if you want to conclude something, if you need to share something, but again, judges will not judge you on what you'll say verbally in front of others, but that's for the benefits of, for the audiences. Am I clear enough for all contestants? Yes? Okay, great. Again, officially I'm announcing the results. The decision of the judges would be final. No comments, no if buts. Whatever they'll say, they'll say it. Right, so unfortunately, the first contestant, Qasim Abba, and the order would be the youngest will come, as last week, the youngest will come first, and the oldest will come in the end. So, and we have two categories in speech and we were expecting 3 categories in speech, but there were 32 contestants, but they were lying in the first 2 categories. But today we have all 3 categories filled, mashallah. So first we'll go for first category, that is group A. Ages are 8 to 12. So those contestants who are falling in ages 8 to 12, you are competing among your age category. So, and within that, the youngest will come first. So the first contestant is, now if I'll ask judges, if we'll call the second contestant first, because the first one, he's saying he's just in like 5 minutes away. So should we call the second? Okay, so we'll call the second one. Her name is Sayyida Ariza Fatma. She's out of town, but her work we'll show you here. So in any way, she's not here. She sent some her work from Albany, and she's in group A, age bracket 8 to 12. Sayyida Ariza Fatma. Yeah, we are just playing it, but she's not here in person.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Have you ever heard a story that happened over 1,300 years ago, but people still cry when they talk about it today? This story is about Karbala. My name is Sayyida Ariza Fatima, and this is what Karbala means to me. A long time ago, Imam Hussein alayhi salam, the grandson of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, refused to follow an unjust ruler named Yazid. Imam Hussein alayhi salam believed that standing for truth and justice mattered more than staying safe. So he traveled with his family and a small group of loyal companions to a place called Karbala. There, they were surrounded by a huge army and cut off from the Euphrates River. So they had no water for days. Even the children were thirsty. But instead of giving up their values, Imam Hussein and his companions stood firm for what was right, no matter the cost. One of the people there was Ghazi Abbas alayhi salam, Imam Hussein alayhi salam's brother. He fought his way to the riverbank to bring water back to the children. He was right next to the water, thirsty, exhausted, but he never took a single sip. He filled the water up for the children first and thought of others before himself, even in that moment of need. This story means a lot to me, and I want to share something that happened to me that made me understand it a little better. One day, my mom saved me a piece of cheesecake, my favorite dessert. She kept it just for me because she knew how much I loved it. Later that day, I went to my mom's classroom to get it. But when I got there, I saw my brother and some other kids were there too. and I could tell they wanted some. I had a choice. I could keep it all for myself, since my mom saved it just for me. Or I could share it. So I gave my part away, all of it, to my brother and the other kids. At first, I thought I might feel sad giving up my favorite tree, but instead I felt something even better. I felt happy watching them enjoy it. And that's when I thought about Ghazi Abbas alayhi salam. He was right next to the Euphrates River, so close to the water when he was thirsty. But he thought of the children first, and he didn't drink, even though no one would have blamed him if he did. My cheesecake and his sacrifice weren't the same size at all, but it helped me understand a small piece of what he did, choosing someone else's happiness over your own want, even when it's hard. So when people ask me what Karbala means to me, I say it means putting others before yourself, even in small everyday moments, because that's how big lessons from Karbala live on today. Just like Ghazi Abbas alayhi salam gave up water for the children, I learned that giving up something for someone else can make you feel more full, not less. Thank you for watching. Allah Hafiz.
So she was Sayyida Ariza Fatma from Albany. Now I'll call the next contestant. He's also in the first category, and his name is Alvi Abbas Ibrahim. Yes, you can run. Ready? Alvi Abbas Ibrahim. We are running live on these two, and especially for the judges on the separate one. That's why in between we have to have like a minute or two in between.
Hussain Ba हुसैन बाँट रहे हैं निजात ले जाओ
Karbala, the place where Imam Hussein and his 72 companions saved their religion.
sit and relax. Making me nervous.
Karbala.
So he is Ali Abbas Ali.
Alvi Abbas Ibrahim.
Ali Abbas Ibrahim.
Karbala was a test of loyalty to me. One reason is Imam Hussein stood against Yazid and stood for Islam, showing that he was loyal to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Also, Imam Hussein's companions stayed loyal to him by staying on his army knowing they would die. And Imam Hussein and his family were so loyal to Allah that when they were tired, hungry, and thirsty, they still believed in Allah. And Mullah Abbas was so loyal to Imam Hussein that when he could have drinking the water, but he didn't because Imam Hussein didn't drink the water. Also, Karbala shows you don't have to be a certain age to serve Islam. One reason is Hazrat Ali Asghar was only 6 months old when he died as a martyr in Karbala. Also, Imam Hussein's companions that fought in the war with him were 70 and above years old. Also, Hazrat Qasim was only 13 years old when he died of martyrdom in war. Also, Anna Muhammad, who were 13 and 11, were martyred in Karbala. This is why Karbala meant a test of loyalty to me. And you can serve Islam at any age.
Do you want to share anything? Now the next contestant, the same category, group A, ages 8 to 12, Hadia Zera. How do you want to come? Hadia Zera. Hadia Zera, contestant number 4.
Gets kind of chilly at night. You might want to use this blanket.
Thank you, Mike.
Mario? I sure am glad you're staying here.
You want to say something first? So.
Do you want to say something first? After? Okay.
Okay.
Ready? Hadia Zera.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
वालेकुम सलाम बेटा।
आपका नाम?
सैयद फयाज मजहर, फराज मजहर,
ज़हरा जाफरी,
सैयद अयाज मजहर,
ज़ैनब मजहर,
जुहैर मजहर, सैयद अब्बास मजहर।
What's your name? What does Karbala mean to you?
करबला बेटा हर उम्र के इंसान के लिए, चाहे वो बच्चा हो, बड़ा हो, बुजुर्ग हो, हर के लिए उसमें कोई ना कोई नसीहत, कोई पैगाम है।
हमेशा करबला से ही इंस्पिरेशन लेता हूँ कि इमाम हुसैन अपने बच्चों के साथ कैसे थे, भाइयों के साथ कैसे थे, बहनों के साथ कैसे थे, जो बड़े थे उनसे उनके साथ कैसे थे।
वो सेक्रीफाइस जो हमारे मौला ने दिया, वो सेक्रीफाइस जो हमारी बीबियों ने दिया, वो और जो उनका एक मेन पर्पस था, वो रिफ्लेक्ट हो हमारी हर चीज़ में, हमारी डेली रूटीन्स में रिफ्लेक्ट हो।
ज़ाब्ता हयात है जिसमें ज़िंदगी के हर मरहले के लिए और हर मंजिल के लिए एक पैगाम है और मुकम्मल पैगाम है।
Karbala is relationships, it's your everyday ups and downs, it's family, it's my work, it's whatever is happening in the world today.
Karbala means everything to us, especially me. It means everything to me. Karbala is the reason why we live. Karbala is the reason why we do everything. Karbala is Sakoon. Karbala is a darsgah. Karbala is everything to us. Imam Hussain is everything to us.
करबला जो है वो अगर दुनियावी एतबार से देखा जाए तो शहर है छोटा सा इराक में, लेकिन लकीली हम जिस स्कूल ऑफ थॉट से बिलोंग करते हैं उसमें आप 100 लोगों से पूछेंगे तो 100 डिफरेंट जवाब आपको मिलेंगे, और सबसे खूबसूरत बात यह है कि 100 के 100 जवाब बिल्कुल करेक्ट होंगे।
Karbala means to stand up for what's right, even when it's hard.
How old were you when you understood a masab and who was it about?
सबसे पहले जो मुझे मसाइब में मैं रोया था तो मुझे आज भी याद है कि ये हज़रत अली असगर अलैहिस्सलाम के जो मसाइब थे कि
याद रहे वो थे वो इमाम हुसैन शब आशूर निकले थे मक्तल की तरफ, और उनके एक सहाबी उनके पीछे हो गए थे हज़रत नौफल, और उन्होंने उनको पूरा दिखाया था। पहले तो उन्होंने कहा था कि ये रास्ता खाली है, तुम अगर जाना चाहो तुम जा सकते हो, मगर उन्होंने कहा कि नहीं मैं आपके साथ रहूँगा। फिर उन्होंने दिखाया कि तुम यहाँ हो।
सबसे ज़्यादा जो सबसे पहले मसाइब समझ आए और जो मैं रिलेट कर सका वो थे हज़रत औन मोहम्मद के मसाइब, और उसकी रीज़न शायद ये भी थी कि हम 2 भाई हैं और वो भी 2 भाइयों की कहानी है, 2 भाइयों की स्टोरी है, तो वो मसाइब मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा रिलेटेबल लगते थे।
It was about Bibi Sakina, and it was about when Imam Hussein was leaving for the battlefield and the Zuljana wasn't moving, and when Imam Hussein said, my dear Zuljana, I need to go, you need to move, why aren't you moving? And Zuljana looked down, and Bibi Sakina had her arms wrapped around the Zuljana's legs.
हमारे पाकिस्तान में एक अज़ाखाना होता था, हम उसके सामने वहीं सोते थे, वहीं उठते थे, वहीं वहाँ पढ़ते थे, वहीं मातम करते थे। तो मेरी अर्लीस्ट मेमोरी जो मसाइब की है, आई डोंट नो व्हाट द वर्ड्स मैन, मगर जो मेरी अर्लीस्ट मेमोरी जब भी मैं सोचता हूँ आशूरे के बारे में, मुहर्रम के बारे में, तो मुझे वो 3 साल का बच्चा याद आता अपनी मेरी गोदी में और नौ सुन रहा है, तो सुन ना सकता।
मुझे एक बहुत छोटा सा इंसिडेंट याद है। आज से कुछ 20 साल पहले हमारी एक कज़न होती है जनाब उम्मे फरमान बनानी, वो एक दिन मैंने उससे सवाल पूछा था कि मसाइब जो हम लोग इतने दिन में डिवाइड अप क्यों करते हैं, क्या करबला वो डिवाइड अप हुई थी और जब हर दिन शहीद हुआ था तो फिर उन्होंने समझाया कि नहीं ये सबको डेडिकेट किए गए दिन, लेकिन असल वाक़या जो करबला हुआ था वो 15 दिन वाशुरा हुआ था। फिर उन्होंने हर शहीद की मुझे बैठ के जो स्टोरी है जो कि वाक़या तो मैं बताऊँ, तो तब मैं जाके एहसास हुआ करबला में क्या हुआ था, इस दिन में इतने सारे शहीद कैसे हुए, तो वो मुझे बहुत अर्ली मेमोरी मिली है।
This year and it was on Ashura. I think it was about Hazrat Ali.
How do us kids take inspiration from Karbala?
और इंस्पिरेशन यही है कि आप इस दर से जुड़े रहें, इनके बारे में रोज़ाना, चाहे मुहर्रम हो या खुशी के आए हों, बल्कि कुछ भी उस दिन जो ऐसा कोई ख़ास मखसूसी ना हो, रोज़ाना दिन में थोड़ा टाइम निकाल के सईद शुहदा के बारे में, उनकी वालिदा के बारे में, उनके वालिद के बारे में, उस ख़ानदानी में किसी भी फ़र्द के बारे में थोड़ा सा टाइम निकाल के सोचें और उनसे रिफ्लेक्ट करें, इंस्पिरेशन आपको से
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. My name is Hadia and I'm 11 years old. When I think about Karbala, I think about courage, sacrifice, and standing up for what is right, even when you feel small. Imam Hussein taught us that Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. My name is Hadia and I'm 11 years old. When I think about Karbala, I think about courage, sacrifice, and standing up for what is right, even when you feel small. Imam Hussein taught us that real strength is choosing justice over fear. Today, when I look at the world, I see that the story of Karbala is still happening. The Yazid of our time is Israel, who uses power to hurt innocent people. And the martyrs of today are the people of Palestine and all Muslims all over the world who stand for justice, even when they know that the powerful are against them. Karbala teaches me that being brave doesn't always mean fighting. It means never giving up on the truth, kindness, and humanity of today. Thank you. Salawat.
So the same category, the next one is Haider Hussain.
Karbala, the place where Imam Hussein and his 72 companions saved the religion of Islam. Karbala is not just a place though, it is a lot more. Without their sacrifices, we would not be Muslims. We should be proud to be the Shia Muslims that we are. To me, Karbala means bravery, standing up to injustice, keeping the message of Islam alive, never losing trust in Allah, loyalty, and patience.
Heather, where are we?
We're at Imam Ali's house, bro. This is a big house, bro.
To me, Karbala means bravery. Imagine if you were a citizen in the city of Kufa and a tyrant was forcing you to their side. Would you give in or would you follow the right path? A man like me will never pledge allegiance to a man like Yazid. Rather than surrendering, they stood up to the injustices of Yazid. They shall remind us to always be brave and stand up with the truth. Karbala means to give and sacrifice, whether that means sacrificing your time, energy, money, or actions. I traveled to Karbala and saw little children giving all in the name of Hussein. I even saw a little boy that was cleaning the streets for the Zawars. Karbala means to me to be unselfish and do things for other people. We keep the message of Islam alive through acts of generosity. Karbala to me means give charity, remember the thirst of Imam Hussein, and give out food and water in his name. To me, Karbala means loyalty. Loyalty is best shown by one of the main figures in this tragedy, Hazrat Abbas. Hazrat Abbas was loyal to his brother Imam Hussein. To me, Karbala means to be loyal to my own brother, sister, community, and family. To me, Karbala means standing up to injustices. Bibi Zainab spoke against Yazid in his own court. This reminds me to stand up to wrongdoings. Our world should be rid of oppression. We should be the voices for people that don't have one. For example, the people of Palestine have no voice. To give them one, we can spread awareness to the people around us. We can protest and boycott oppressing companies. These people deserve a voice because they are our Muslim community being oppressed. To me, Karbala means keeping the message of Islam alive and in our hearts. Without the sacrifices that Imam Hussein and his companions made, Islam would be no more. We hold the alam of Hazrat Abbas to remember his loyalty. We recite Nohas and Sosalam at Majlis to remind people the sorrow of Karbala. I was blessed to go for Arba'een walk and was able to experience one of the most beautiful things in my life. Everyone was walking for one reason, to pay their respects to the Imam. Karbala means to me that we do things for others. While I was at the Arba'een walk, I made a niyat to take steps for all of my family who were not able to attend. I told Allah to give the sawab of this to them since their hearts were in Karbala.
بهذا الزمن دورنا كل البشر ما شفنا غير حسين ما شفنا غير حسين
Karbala means to never lose trust in Allah. When I sit in a majlis and hear the story of Karbala, I learn something new every time. I learned that Imam Hussein never gave up and stayed loyal to Allah. Allah is Khair al-Makirin, the greatest of planners. Loyalty plays a big part in these sacrifices. If you stay loyal to Allah like Imam Hussein, you can be successful in this world and in the hereafter. Karbala means to me to stay loyal and read namaz and trust in Allah.
Karbala is not just an event in history, it should be a lifestyle. Imam Hussein did not create an army, he created a principle. Imam Hussein's message was not just for one community, it was for the whole world.
Assalamu alaikum. I just want to thank my parents for keeping me close to Islam and guiding me to be a leader. Salawat.
PowerPoint presentation, so she'll voice over right in front of you. No, it's on there. It's on there. So does she want to stay as well? She's going to stay after this. Oh, after, okay. But you can go ahead and stand. Tanya Rizvi.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Sonia Rizvi. Growing up, I learned about Karbala as an important event in Islamic history. I knew that Imam Hussein, peace be upon him, and his small group of family members have stood against a huge army. But as I have grown older, I have realized that Karbala is not only a story from the past, it is a lesson that continues to guide us today. To me, Karbala means choosing courage over comfort. It means doing what is right, even when it is hard, and standing for the truth, even when we may have to stand alone. In the year 680, Yazid demanded that Imam Hussein, peace be upon him, accept him as the rightful leader. Imam Hussein had a choice. He could have remained silent, he could have protected himself and lived a comfortable life. But accepting Yazid would have meant supporting injustice and allowing people to believe that his actions were acceptable. Imam Hussein refused. He chose truth over safety and courage over comfort. His stand teaches me that courage does not mean that we are never afraid. Courage means that we still do what is right, even when we are afraid of what might happen. I do not face a battlefield or an army, but I still face choices between what is easy and what is right. The easy choice might be staying quiet when someone is being treated unfairly. It might be joining in when people gossip or make fun of someone because we are afraid of being left out. It might also be hiding our beliefs or changing ourselves just to fit in. The courageous choice is to speak up, walk away from what is wrong, and remain true to our values. Bibi Zainab, peace be upon her, showed this type of courage. She reminds me that real strength is not always physical. Sometimes strength is having confidence in who you are and refusing to let other people silence you. That is what Karbala looks like in my life. It is choosing kindness over popularity, faith over fear, and the hard right over the easy wrong. The message of Karbala did not end on the battlefield. After Imam Hussein and his companions were martyred, Bibi Zainab was taken as a prisoner. She still had her faith, her courage, and her voice. When she was brought before Yazid, she did not act defeated. She fearlessly exposed his injustice and protected the message of Imam Hussein. Yazid believed that he had won because he had won the battle, but Bibi Zainab made sure that the truth of Karbala would never be forgotten. Every time we remember Karbala today, her voice continues to live. Bibi Zainab is my inspiration. She teaches me that speaking the truth can change history even when the person speaking may seem powerless. For me, Karbala is more than something we remember during Muharram. It is a compass that helps me decide how I want to live every day. Imam Hussein taught me to stand for the truth. Bibi Zainab taught me to speak for it. Together, they taught me that one person can make a difference. Whenever I have to choose between an easy wrong and a hard right, I hope I will remember Karbala and choose courage over comfort. I may not always make the perfect choice, but I can continue trying to become someone who stands for justice, protects others, and remains true to Allah. That is what Karbala means to me. Thank you for listening. Labbaik ya Hussein.
So in this way, we have completed Group A. The age category was 8 to 12. Now we are starting the second category, the age group 13 to 17. Contestant number 8, Mishal Zehra. We are missing one, so just flip the page later. So Mishal Zehra Ali. All judges ready? Mishal Zehra Ali. age category 13 to 17. So the first contestant from age category 13 to 17, Mishal Sehra Ali.
P.S. Take a moment to think about thirst. It's something we all experience every day. But in Karbala, thirst became a symbol of sacrifice, patience, and unwavering faith. Imagine seeing a river flowing right before your eyes, yet being unable to reach. Today isn't just about remembering a story, it's about understanding a reality, what thirst does to the human body, and how to satisfy this thirst. The Ahlul Bayt gave a message that will never be erased even after death. In the heat of Karbala, Imam Hussein alayhi salam, his family, and his companions had no access to water, not even a drop for 3 days. Amongst them was a 6-month-old Ali Asghar, whose suffering reminds us of the innocents affected by injustice. A 6-month-old baby needs at least 4 ounces of water, and he didn't get a drop. One side of the river filled with cool flowing water, the other side thirsty children and elders. Even though they were suffering, Imam Hussein alayhi salam never stopped standing for what was right. He chose truth and justice over comfort and survival. To me, thirst in Karbala is about much more than the need for water. It reminds me that people can go through hard times and still stay patient and keep their faith. Mullah Abbas could not touch the water with his lips until Bibi Sakina and Shahzada Ali Asghar did. Imam Hussein is thirsty. How can Mullah Abbas drink water? It teaches me to appreciate the blessings I often take for granted. Never take water for granted. Every time I drink cold water, I remember Imam Hussein, Bibi Sakina, Shahzada Ali Asghar, and everyone who did not have access to water. Today, millions of people remember the thirst of Karbala. Along the roads leading to Karbala, volunteers freely offer water to every visitor. This simple act carries a powerful message. It reminds us that kindness, generosity, and compassion can keep the memory of Karbala alive. The thirst of Karbala continues to inspire people to care for others without expecting anything in return. I have been visiting Karbala since I was born, and I have never missed a year. One of my favorite memories is serving water inside the Haram of Mullah Abbas. My cousins and I go to the Haram to pray. After that, we hand out water to the visitors. One of us fills the cups and the rest of us hand them out to people in the Haram. It may seem like a small act, but it reminds me of the thirst in Karbala and helps me feel connected to the message of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. For me, the thirst of Karbala is a reminder to be grateful for every blessing. It teaches me patience during difficult times, compassion for those who suffer, and the courage to stand for what is right. We can't go without water for a few hours, and imagine what Imam Hussein, his family, and companions went through. The story of Karbala lives on not only through history, but through the lessons we carry on every day.
Assalamu alaikum. I wanted to say how I'm grateful for going to Karbala every year and handing out water and niyaz to all the Zareen of Imam Hussein.
Please read a very loud salawat. I am sure that the way our contestant worked, it's amazing. Please keep in mind they have not taken any, guidance from anywhere. Whatever they're doing on themselves. So it's really, really a commendable job from the contestant and their parents. So please read a very loud salawat for the contestant and their parents. Yourself. So the next contestant, the same age category, 13 to 17, Muhammad Habil.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وجل فرجهم. Can I start now? You want to say after that? No, I'm going to pass it on. I'm going to cast it. Yeah. Can you do it from the start? Okay. All right, thank you. History remembers many battles because of who won, but one battle is remembered because of what it stood for. More than 13 centuries ago, in the burning desert of Karbala, a small group stood against thousands. They lost a battle, but their message still changes lives today. How can one event from over 1,300 years ago still change my life today? What Karbala means to me? The blood of Hussein alayhi salam still speaks. Truth stands even when outnumbered. Now this is a question for everyone. Why do you guys think someone would choose death instead of giving up the truth? And now this resembles our beloved Imam Hussein alayhi salam, and I really want you guys to put some thought into this question and think about it. The choice that changed history. Imam Hussein alayhi salam refused to give allegiance to Yazid. He chose truth over power. He chose faith over fear. He knew the cost, yet he never turned back. And now I put this picture in because it says Al-Haq, which translates to the truth, the real. And that's because Imam Hussein alayhi salam only spoke the truth. Imam Hussein alayhi salam was asked to pledge allegiance to Yazid. He refused because Yazid's rule contradicted Islamic values. He understood that refusing could cost him his life, but protecting the message of Islam mattered more to our beloved Imam. Ashura, a day the world will never forget. 72 faithful companions, thousands against them, days without water, yet no one abandoned Imam Hussein alayhi salam, even though they did have a choice. Their sacrifice became a light for generations and onwards. The companions remained loyal despite overwhelming odds. Their sacrifice was not for victory in battle, but for preserving truth and justice with Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Now I put this picture in because there's one Maulana and people reading behind him. And I put this because there's one leader, Imam Hussein alayhi salam, and companions behind him. Then this is the burning desert of Karbala and the shrine of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Ashura was a day where Imam alayhi salam shaheed hoye the, where they died. And then this is where they're buried, the shrine of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. What Karbala means to me. Karbala is more than history. It teaches me courage for one, it teaches me patience, it teaches me honesty, and it reminds me to stand up for what is right even when it is difficult. When I was younger, I thought Karbala was something simply remembered every Muharram. As I grew older, I realized it is much more. It reminds me to be honest, even when lying would be easier, to stand up for someone being treated unfairly, to stay patient during difficult times, and to hold on to my faith, Islam. Karbala has basically become a guide for the choices I make every day. I put these two pictures in because whenever I'm reading the Quran or praying, I feel something in my heart. It fills my heart, something I can't explain. And then I like to pray and read the Quran in a masjid, which is why I put that. And Karbala teaches me to help each other like the companions day. They helped each other with Imam Hussein alayhi salam. The message lives on. Every year, millions remember Imam Hussein alayhi salam, not because he won a battle, but because he never surrendered his principles. His message still inspires hearts around the world. Now, how do you remember Imam Hussain alayhi salam? First, Arba'in and the millions who walked to Karbala. Second, acts of charity, service, and remembrance inspired by Imam Hussain alayhi salam. And other two ways we do it is in Jirzani and Matam. We still remember Imam Hussain alayhi salam is because of his principles. He showed proper character. I put this picture in because it's the walk to Arba'in. While you're walking to Karbala, the food you receive, the shrine, and then the entrance of the shrine. The story ends, the message does not. Now a quote from Imam Hussain alayhi salam was, "I did not rise except to seek reform in the nation of my grandfather, Imam Hussain alayhi salam." Karbala is not only a story of the past, it is a message for every generation. We may never stand on the plains of Karbala, but every day we are given choices between truth and falsehood, courage and fear, honesty and conveniences. My hope is that I carry Imam Hussain alayhi salam's message through my actions, and I invite all of us to reflect on how we can do the same. Now, as my slides do come to an end, I leave you with one question. How will you carry the message of Karbala in your own life? Thank you. Jazakallah khair.
Now the next contestant, the same age category 13 to 17, Sareen Mirza. All judges, Sareen Mirza.
Loud salawat, please.
ठीक चल रहा है? What do you think about it? It's good. Yeah? I mean, they are not professional, they are not, but they tried, that's the main thing.
सर राज जो लोग खाते नहीं उनकी तरफ रखा हुआ है आपने, जो लोग खाने वाले हैं उनको नहीं दे रहा। करना था
तो जो रवायत पड़ी होती है इन्हें करके वो पड़ेगा।
Please read a very loud salawat. So the students who are with us in Wilayat Academy, they know very well that when I say please read a very loud salawat, that means we are resuming the program. So now, everyone ready? So I'm going to call the next contestant, Sareen Mirza, the same age category, 13 to 17. Sareen Mirza.
Today I want to tell you the story of Karbala, a timeless lesson of courage and truth. It was the year 680, more than 1300 years ago, in a desert land that is now Iraq. A ruler has taken power, and he did not rule with justice. This ruler wanted everyone's loyalty, including Hussein ibn Ali, the beloved grandson of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him and his family. Imam Hussein refused. He believed truth and justice mattered more than staying safe. So Imam Hussein set out on a journey with his family and a small group of loyal companions toward a place called Karbala. When they arrived, they found themselves surrounded, a small camp of family and friends, facing forces many times their number. They were cut off from the river. For days under the desert sun, they suffered from thirst, yet they held on to their patience and their faith. On the day the battle came, they were vastly outnumbered. But even facing everything against them, they did not give up their dignity or their love for one another. Imam Hussein and his companions gave everything that day, holding on to what was right until the very end. After the battle, the
surviving family members, including Imam Hussein's sister, Lady Zainab alayhi salam, were taken captive to Damascus and brought before the ruler Yazid in his own palace. Evil was the end of those who did evil, for they rejected the signs of Allah. Opening words of her sermon, quoting the Quran. Even as a prisoner, she did not stay silent. She spoke the truth plainly, reminding everyone that power and cruelty do not make a ruler right. Our reliance is on Allah. He alone is our relief and our protection. This reflects her declaration that Allah alone was their refuge and protector, no matter Yazid's power. We don't remember Karbala because of who won the battle. We remember it because of something bigger, moral courage. The courage that holds on to truth, even when everything else is taken from you. A courage that carried on in Lady Zainab alayhi salam's own words. Karbala teaches us to stand up against injustice, to defend the weak, to choose honesty over comfort, to stay patient through hardship, and to remember that one person, standing for what's right, can inspire millions. That is the story of Karbala, and its lessons still live in our hearts today. Labayk ya Hussein.
Salam ya Hussein, Salam ya Hussein, Nawasa-e Rasool, Fakhre Kainat, Tere lahu se zinda hai इस्लाम की हयात सलाम या हुसैन सलाम या हुसैन
So now the next contestant, the same age category, 13 to 17, Ali Razvi.
You're such a loser, kid. Hey, nobody loves you. You don't even know me. I don't need to know you to know how dumb you are, man. Why are you saying stuff like this?
2 hours later.
I really should have said something to that guy. Oh well, I guess I'll just watch some TV. No, I don't really feel like watching TV. There's nothing good. Hey man, what's up? Hey man, you think I can borrow some money? I'm kind of running low and my job isn't paying very well. You're saying you want my money? Get out of here, I'm not giving you $1. Oh, okay, that's fine I guess. Can't believe that guy's asking me for money. That's crazy. I mean, who does he think he is? It's been a very long day. I don't really know what I'll do. I think I'll read a book. That's a good idea. Let's see. I have a lot of books here. I don't really know which one to read. Oh, what's this one? The 10th Day. Reviewing Imam Hussein's Great Uprising with a New Approach. Oh, that's interesting. I've heard about Imam Hussein alayhi salam, but I've never actually listened to my parents when they told me his story. Maybe if I read this book, it'll be very interesting. Okay, time to read the book.
2 hours later.
Wow, this book is very interesting. I think I can learn a lot from the story of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Today, when I saw that one kid bullying the other kid, I didn't stand up for him. I didn't stand up for justice, and that was a bad thing. But Imam Hussein alayhi salam, he stood up for justice against injustice because Yazid was a tyrant who was oppressing people. And Imam Hussein alayhi salam was also selfless because he put the well-being of the people over his own well-being by standing up against a tyrant like Yazid. But today, I was selfish because my friend came to me and he asked me for a little bit of money and I didn't give him anything. I couldn't do this little thing, but Imam Hussein alayhi salam, he did this big, great thing. I need to fix my actions and I need to make sure I do things differently. Hey man, I know I didn't give you any money, and I feel really bad about that. How much do you need? It's not a lot, man. I only need $5, but I really don't mean to inconvenience you at all. So you really don't have to. All right, let me see if I have that in my wallet. Okay, man. Here you go. Oh wow, man. Thank you so much for this money. It really means a lot. And I promise I'll pay you back soon. Thank you so much. I'm so glad I gave him his money. Next time one of my friends comes to ask me for some money, if I can, I'll give it to them. And if I see someone bullying someone else, I'm gonna make sure to stand up for justice.
2 hours later.
Haha, you're a loser. Hey, why do you keep calling me that? It really hurts. Hey, who are you? Hey, you need to stop bullying him. You're seriously trying to defend this loser? You guys are both weirdos. I'm out of here. Hey man, thank you for helping me and standing up for me. Yeah man, no worries. Have a good day.
So the next contestant, the same age category, 13 to 17, Ghazi Mustafa.
In the heart of Iraq lies a land unlike any other, a land where faith, devotion, and sacrifice were forever etched into history 1400 years ago. That land is Karbala. Karbala is the land of Imam Hussein, his noble family, and his loyal companions. It witnessed the devotion of Imam Hussein, the unparalleled loyalty of Mullah Abbas, the profound courage of Mullah Ali Akbar, and the infant Mullah Ali Asghar, the quiet patience of Imam Sajjad, and the steadfast resilience of Bibi Sakina and Sayyida Zainab, alongside the women and children who carry the message of Karbala far beyond the battlefield. I have never walked upon the sacred soil of Karbala, yet Karbala walks with me. I was not present on the plains of Ashura, yet its trials shape every choice I make. The message of Karbala has reached me through the gatherings I attend, as Karbala is a universal message of unity. Every year, millions gather in its name, crossing boundaries of race, language, culture, and nationality. They walk together with one purpose and one love, to honor Imam Hussein and renew their commitment to truth, justice, and the divine. Every procession I walk and every majlis I attend strengthens my faith and brings me closer to my Creator. For me, Karbala is the bridge to Allah. The greatest sacrifice in history teaches my heart to surrender to Allah's will, even when life places its heaviest burdens upon me. The thirst endures on those plains remind me that patience is true strength. The prayers of Imam Hussein and his recitation of the Holy Quran even in his final, darkest moments, remind me that the remembrance of Allah stands above every trial, every fear, and every worldly power. Karbala did not end on the 10th of Muharram. Karbala is alive today. Every act of oppression, every injustice, and every form of discrimination reminds us that the struggle between truth and falsehood continues in every generation. The Yazid of today is not defined by a single name or nation. It is every system of tyranny, every act of injustice. As followers of Imam Hussein, our responsibility is to embody the values he demonstrated: courage in the face of fear, and unshakable trust in Allah. Our duty is not only to remember Karbala, our duty is to live its message through our words, our actions, and our character. Karbala teaches us that standing for truth is rarely easy. Sometimes truth stands alone. Truth may stand alone, but it never stays defeated. Peace be upon you, O Abu Abdullah. I turn to Allah, disassociating myself from injustice, tyranny, and those who enable it. O Abu Abdullah, I am at peace with those who are at peace with you, and I am against those who are against you, until the day of judgment. Labbaik Ya Hussein.
I want to say thank you for Allah letting me be raised as a Shia, and I want to thank all of you guys for my interview. Thank you and salawat.
So the next contestant, the same age group category 13 to 17, Jahani Abidi.
I still remember the first time I saw the golden dome of Imam Hussein's shrine. I'd heard the story of Karbala my entire life. I had listened to majlises, I had cried during majlis, but nothing could have prepared me for what it felt like to stand there. Walking through the streets of Karbala, surrounded by millions of people from every corner of the world, I realized something. Karbala is not simply a place, it is a message that has lived for more than 13 centuries. A message that continues to shape my life today. To understand why Karbala means so much to me, we have to go back to 61st Hijri. Imam Hussein al-Islam, the beloved grandson of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, was asked to pledge allegiance to Yazid. But Yazid's rule was built on oppression, corruption, and injustice. Imam Hussein al-Islam refused. He declared, "I have risen only to seek reform in the nation of my grandfather." His journey brought him to the plains of Karbala. There he stood with only 72 loyal companions against an army of thousands. Their water was cut off, the scorching desert heat became their home, and families endured unbearable thirst. Yet Imam Hussein al-Islam never abandoned justice. On the 10th of Muharram, the day of Ashura, he sacrificed everything, not for power, not for wealth, but to preserve the values of Islam and the dignity of humanity. When I was younger, Karbala felt like a story from history, but as I grew older, I realized it is also a lesson for today. Every single day, we face choices. Do we stay silent when someone is treated unfairly, or do we speak up? Do we choose honesty even when it is difficult? Do we stand by our values even if we stand alone? Whether it is in Gaza, Iran, or anywhere else that innocent lives are affected by conflict, Karbala reminds us that every human life has value and that justice, compassion, and courage are timeless responsibilities. Imam Ali al-Islam once said, "Be an enemy to the oppressor and a helper of the oppressed." Those words remind me that courage is not measured by strength, it is measured by character.
Karbala teaches me that true success is remaining faithful to what is right, even when the cost is great. Standing in Karbala changed the way I understood everything I had learned. I wasn't just hearing the story anymore. I was standing where history happened. Looking around, I saw millions of people united by one sacrifice. Different languages, different cultures, different backgrounds. Yet everyone had come for the same reason. That moment made me realize that Karbala is remembered not only because of what happened there, but because of what it continues to inspire. Whenever I think about Karbala, I ask myself, am I honest? Am I kind? Am I willing to stand up for someone who cannot stand up for themselves? I know I won't always be perfect, but Karbala reminds me that every single day is another opportunity to become a better person. Centuries have passed. Empires have risen and fallen. Generations have come and gone. Yet the message of Karbala remains alive. I see it every Muharram, in people serving others without expecting anything in return, in children learning the story for the very first time, in families gathering together to remember sacrifice, faith, and hope. Karbala reminds us that one person's courage can inspire millions. It reminds us that truth never disappears. It lives on, through those who chose to uphold it. When people ask me, what does Karbala mean to you? My answer is very simple. Karbala is my reminder to choose truth over comfort, justice over silence, faith over fear. And it is more than a place I have visited. It is a way of living, a light that continues to guide millions of hearts that gravitate toward it, including my own.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you for your time to watch my documentary, and I tried to include many aspects, including alhamdulillah, my visits to Karbala and current affairs and my personal reflection. And I really hope that the documentary conveyed my love for Imam Hussein alayhi salam and what Karbala means to me. Thank you.
Now the next contestant, the same age category, 13 to 17, Muhammad Hadi.
Why Karbala matters. Karbala is one of the most important events in Islamic history. It teaches us to stand for truth, justice, and faith. Imam Hussein alayhi salam refused to support oppression even when it meant sacrificing everything. Quote, every day is a Shura, every land is a Karbala. That's it. Next slide. What we learn. We learn courage, patience. What we learn. We learn courage, patience, honesty, faith in Allah, helping others, and never accepting injustice. What Karbala means to me. Karbala reminds me that doing the right thing isn't always easy. Imam Hussein alayhi salam teaches me to stay honest, respect my parents, help people, and never stay silent when something is wrong. His sacrifice inspires me to become a better Muslim and a better person every day.
Applying Karbala today. Standing up against bullying, helping classmates, respecting teachers, relying on time, being truthful even when it's difficult, and treating everyone with kindness. Why Imam Hussain al-Islam inspires me. Imam Hussain al-Islam inspires me because he chose faith over power and wealth. He showed true courage, patience, and sacrifice. He stood up for justice and never accepted oppression. His message of truth and justice continues to inspire millions of people around the world, and Karbala teaches us that one person with strong faith can change history. Conclusion, my final message. Karbala is more than just a historical event. It is a lesson that teaches us to choose truth over comfort, faith over fear, and kindness over hatred. I hope to carry these values with me every day. Thank you.
Please we give a loud salawat. Now the last contestant of the age group category, that is 13 to 17, Zaira Jaffrey. She's not here right now. She's out of town. She's in Dallas, but she's from us, but she's visiting somebody in Dallas. So the next contestant is Zaira Jaffrey. Our judges, Zaira Jaffrey.
The story of Karbala is one that has been repeated for centuries. Every Shia, from the youngest children to the eldest, can describe the massacre of Imam Hussain a.s. and his family as if it had happened in front of their own eyes. But the point of each narration of Karbala, every majlis, every reenactment, every poem, is not just to describe the brutality of the descendants of the Prophet faced. It is a story of unwavering justice, of staying true to one's morals above all else.
So Karbala teaches us that you have to stand firm for your beliefs. You have to stand firm for the savior of Islam. And you have to follow the path of Ahlul Bayt.
Karbala is our family.
Karbala, there are two parts of Karbala. One is a religious part, and the other one is a personal part.
वाला हुसैन है तो हम हैं, इनका गम है तो हम हैं।
एक दूसरे के साथ किस तरह रहना है, हमें दुनिया में किस तरह जीने का तरीका सिखाया है करबला ने हमें।
हम चाहते हैं कि हम अपने बच्चों का नाम इर्तिजा, हानिया, सुखैना, बीबियों के और इमामों के नाम पे रखें ताकि करबला हमेशा जिंदा रहे।
And yet, if that were all there was, Karbala would just be another chapter of Islamic history. Each year, millions of Shias retell the stories of Karbala, mourning Imam Hussain a.s. in nearly every country they are found. The microphones are on full blast at every majlis, and Shias unapologetically march the streets during julus across the globe. They do this in parallel to Imam Hussein's final message of standing proud for your morals and beliefs. On a community level, Muharram creates a similar high purpose that brings people together despite social differences like wealth or ethnic group. There are so many people in my own community that I never would have met without each gathering of the majlises of Muharram. I used to believe that this time of year was just about remembering a tragedy, but truly observing Muharram means upholding our generation and the next of Shias.
इसीलिए बच्चों को मजलिसों में लेके जाते हैं, नोहे मरसिया सब सिखाते हैं ताकि ये जो करबला का वाक़या ये नस्ल दर नस्ल हमें याद रहे।
My name is Shahidur Raza. My name is Mujtaba Jaffrey.
मेरा नाम आलिया कासिम है।
नाम है कासिम हसन जाफरी।
Zainab Jaffrey.
My name is Anam.
This is the point where justice goes from an individual goal to a collective responsibility. Karbala lives on because of communities as small as Belmore and as big as Iran, and the beauty in this phenomenon is part of the reason why people cry in droves for Imam Hussein. The narration of Karbala has been told by millions of Shias for hundreds of years and will be repeated by millions more. So, the next time you sit in a majlis, hearing the same story of Mullah Abbas or Bibi Zainab alayhi salam, picture the face that hands you tabarruk, the mouths that recite the nohas, the hands that clean up the jandi when everyone leaves. This community is the most powerful legacy of Karbala that reinforces every other theme.
Read a very loud salawat. Now the senior most category, I'll call upon Masoom Haider. Brother, you can help.
What Karbala Means to Me by Masoom Haider. What is the meaning of Karbala? Garb meaning grief, Bala meaning suffering, a blaze of grief and suffering. To me, Karbala is a lesson about bravery, loyalty, humbleness, standing up for justice and honesty. In the Battle of Karbala, we saw Imam Hussein's companions and Bani Hashem's showed bravery. They were young and old with the same aim, to be loyal to Imam Hussein and protect Islam. They were not afraid of death. Hazrat Qasim said, Shahadat is sweeter than honey. Imam Hussein said, no one had companions who were more loyal, faithful, or better than his own. They stood up for justice and against tyranny. Today, we need to follow the same example. Always tell the truth and stand up against bullying, tyranny, and brutality. When we see news about our Muslim brothers and sisters suffering, how many of us raise our voices in favor of them or help them? We need to bring awareness about brutality and injustice. We can talk about it on social media, send aid to help Muslims, increases and participate in procession. We need to remember the lessons from Hazrat Hur. Always admit your mistake, and it's never too late to do the right thing. We need to follow Imam Hussein's example by being humble and helpful to others. Always tell the truth, have patience, and choose truth over war. Remember, staying on the right path is more important than being safe, popular, or rich. Never leave your faith when things get difficult. Imam Hussein said, "Death with dignity is better than life with humiliation." Wassalam, labbaik ya Hussein.
Mashallah, Masoom. Please read a very loud salawat. The next contestant, the same senior most category, ages 17 to 20, Dania Zedi. Please read a very loud salawat.
When making this documentary, I was so hyper-fixated on what everyone else wanted. What do you think of Karbala? What would the mosque want to see of Karbala? I thought it would be best to start off by using kids for interviews, because maybe I can get a message from them. Or maybe if I just appeal to the audience of Icon. But I rejected those ideas, because none of those were me. So I thought about it in the car, at work, eating. What does Karbala mean to me? I also tried looking at my mom's perspective. My mom sees Karbala as a place to be vulnerable and show grief to Imam Hussein. But at a certain point, grief should be turned into strength. That's when I started looking at my dad's perspective. But too much pride can sometimes lead to one losing themselves. So I thought, what does Karbala mean to me? So I came to the conclusion, Karbala by itself means nothing to me. And that's not because I misunderstood its significance, but rather I put heavier emphasis on the message that Imam Hussein was trying to carry out at Karbala. To understand the message, it's important to recognize what happened during the Battle of Karbala. Imam Hussein refused to pledge allegiance to the corrupt ruler Yazid. And during that time period, he was able to send out the message of Islam while sacrificing himself and his family members for it. Many people look at the Battle of Karbala and assume it was just defeat because of Imam Hussein dying. However, I believe the opposite is true. It was a moral victory. By Imam Hussein going against his way and showing pride for Islam, he was able to show what others he had, which was strength and courageousness. That is why we remember Karbala. We tell its story so that people understand what Imam Hussein and his companions endured for Islam. We mourn because of the immense suffering they experienced, and because their sacrifice continues to move people to tears even centuries later. I believe we have every right to mourn, but more important than mourning is what we do afterwards. Be as courageous as Imam Hussein. Stand up for those who cannot speak for themselves. Fight against injustice, challenge inequality, defend your beliefs, even when difficult doing so. We see the spirit of Imam Hussein reflected throughout our own time. Noura Iqra had dedicated her work to advocating for Palestinian rights. Greta Thunberg inspired a global youth movement demanding action on climate change. Tanara Burke has devoted herself to combating sexual violence. Bree Newsome became known for taking a stand against symbols of racism. These examples show that we may never fight in a physical battle for Islam as Imam Hussein alayhi salam did. We can still uphold his message by standing for justice and creating a positive change in today's world, even on a smaller scale. I strive to carry forward the message of Imam Hussein alayhi salam by speaking out against injustice and serving my community. I make an effort to protest, donate, and use my writing to advocate for meaningful change. In high school, I even organized a Ramadan event so other Muslim students felt included in a predominantly white school. Overall, each of these individuals, and even my own minuscule efforts, in a way carries forward Imam Hussein alayhi salam's message. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. I just wanted to emphasize that Karbala wouldn't be Karbala without Imam Hussein alayhi salam's message. And we must carry that message through modern examples. To reiterate my prior point, we need to protest, donate, and put our voice to defend messages we place importance on. That's what Karbala means to me. It doesn't have to be the same for everyone else, but this is my perception of it. Thank you.
Okay, so our last contestant of this morning, Sayyid Habib Hassan Abdi.
Some stories belong to history, others become part of who we are. For millions of people around the world, Karbala is remembered every year. But for me, Karbala is much more than a historical event. It is the foundation of the values I try to live by every day. This is what Karbala means to me. My name is Habib Abidi. I am a digital media student at York University. I love creating art, animation, and telling stories through visual media. I also have Asperger's syndrome. Like many autistic people, I experience the world differently. I notice details that others may overlook, and I often express myself best through creativity. I am also the brother of two amazing sisters who have autism spectrum disorder. Watching my parents care for them every single day has taught me patience, sacrifice, unconditional love, and resilience. Those values remind me of Karbala. More than 13 centuries ago, Imam Hussein, the grandson of Prophet Muhammad, stood against oppression. He refused to compromise his principles even though he knew the consequences. Along with his family and loyal companions, he reached Karbala. Water was cut off, children became thirsty, families suffered, yet no one abandoned the truth. Hazrat Abbas showed unmatched loyalty. Lady Zainab showed extraordinary courage after the battle, ensuring that the message of Karbala would never be forgotten. Their sacrifice transformed one battle into a timeless lesson for humanity. I created these paintings in my childhood. To me, Karbala begins with a journey of faith, a journey where Imam Hussein alayhi salam and his family walked toward sacrifice, knowing that standing for truth was more important than preserving their own lives. To me, Karbala is the loyalty of Hazrat Abbas alayhi salam, who reached the water but refused to quench his own thirst before the thirsty children of Hussein, teaching me that true love is selfless. To me, Karbala is the image of a father raising his 6-month-old son before an army, reminding me that innocence itself became a witness to the price of standing for truth. To me, Karbala is not only a place in history, it is also a living message. Every time I see the flag of Ya Hussein, I am reminded to choose justice over oppression, courage over fear, and faith over compromise. Karbala is not only something I remember during Muharram. I try to carry its lessons with me every day. As a black belt in Taekwondo, I have learned that true strength is not about defeating others. It is about discipline, humility, respect, perseverance, and protecting those who are weaker. Those same values are found in Karbala. As someone with Asperger's syndrome, I understand that everyone experiences life differently. Karbala teaches me to see the dignity and worth of every human being. Growing up with two sisters who have autism has taught me compassion, patience, and selfless love. Their courage inspires me every day. Just as Imam Hussein stood for those who could not defend themselves, I want to use my own abilities to help others through creativity, kindness, and storytelling. Digital media gives me a voice. Through art and animation, I hope to share messages that inspire people, just as the story of Karbala has inspired me. To conclude, I would like to recite my great-grandmother Zira Abadi's verse. गम हुसैन में दफ्तर हुए हैं लाखों रकम, किसी से आज तक पूरा मगर बयान ना हुआ. लबैक या हुसैन.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you and Jazakallah for watching my documentary. I would like to thank Wilayat Academy for giving me this opportunity. I would like to dedicate this documentary to my beloved uncle, Shuja Mamu. Labek Ya Hussein.
Please read a very loud salawat. I know I just said the last contestant. He is the last contestant, but if you remember, the first contestant was not here when we started. So just one contestant more because he wasn't here. Qasim Abbas Zaidi, contestant number 1. So I repeat, Qasim Abbas Zaidi, contestant number 1. Age group category 8 to 12.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu ala al-Hussein wa ala Ali ibn Hussein wa ala awlad al-Hussein wa ala ashab al-Hussein jami'an wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa sallim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Sayyid Qasim Abbas Zaidi, and this is my documentary on what Karbala means to me. On the plains of Karbala, Imam Hussein a.s. stood alone with his 72 companions against thousands of Yazidis. He stood for truth and justice. He taught us that you should always stand up for justice, even when it means standing alone against overwhelming gods. We learn about sacrifice, being true, service to others, rather than the pursuit of power. From him, we learn about loyalty and see the best of examples through Hazrat Abbas a.s. He was the symbol of loyalty and bravery. He sacrificed himself for Imam Hussein a.s. even though he wanted to fight, but Imam Hussein a.s. told him not to, so he didn't. What does Karbala mean to you?
Assalamu alaikum, Qasim. This is a good question. Karbala is not just a place. It is a lesson of patience, loyalty, and love. It teaches me to be brave like Imam Hussein a.s. and strong like Bibi Zainab a.s. It teaches me to stand with truth even if it's dangerous and never support wrong. We have so many heroes like Hazrat Qasim, Hazrat Ali Akbar, Hazrat Ali Asghar, and Bibi Sakina, and Hazrat Abbas. Hazrat Abbas teaches us what truly means to be a loyal protector to for the people we love. Labbaik Ya Hussein.
Karbala means to you? Thank you for asking me this question. Imam Hussein alayhi salam is my hero. He stood up against powerful and cruel king who was making bad choices. Karbala teaches me never to be afraid of bullies. Karbala teaches me to stay strong. Karbala teaches me to have patience. Maula Abbas teaches me loyalty and the way to protect the ones that you love. In the end, I must say, we all should learn from Karbala. Labbaik Ya Hussein. What Karbala means to you? Karbala means to me a person standing against overwhelming gods just for Islam. What does Karbala mean to you?
Karbala means understanding Imam Hussein's great sacrifice along with his family and his close friends. He had traveled all the way from Medina to Karbala to show the world till today, 1400 years later, that in the name of God, we can give anything and everything and still be alive. Be alive in memory and in love.
Karbala means to you?
To me, Karbala means love. Love between the created being and his creator. Love between a father and a son. Love between a father and a daughter. Love between a mother and their children. Love between brothers and sisters. Love between aunts and uncles and their nieces and nephews. Love between friends. And Karbala is the epitome of love to me.
Imam Hussein said, someone like me can never pledge allegiance to a person like Yazid. That death with dignity is better than a life of humiliation.
So in this way, we have done, mashallah, all documentaries. I have no words to say after watching these documentaries. I'm sure our judges were in trouble because all of them, they were really, really good. And keeping in mind the different 3 age groups, I can say only this, that हमारे बात अंधेरा नहीं उजाला है. You have seen, you have witnessed these very young, even 20, 25, they're also young, the way they have done. So the message that what we plan to convey, I think we did it, that what Karbala means to me for their parents, because you can see the very young children, they have obviously take help, discuss with the parents, with the other family members. So the message, I think we've conveyed, and that was the whole purpose of this program. Shukriya. Please read a very loud salawat.
I'm totally speechless. I was not expecting that so many families will work with their children to make this program a success. It's really amazing. क्योंकि यहाँ लोग अक्सर ये होता है कि जैसे मैं लास्ट टाइम भी कहा था कि लोग समझते हैं कि बच्चे कंट्रीब्यूट करना नहीं चाह रहे हैं, लेकिन आज ये साबित हुआ कि बच्चे बहुत कंट्रीब्यूट करना चाहते हैं. मेरे पास अल्फाज नहीं है. इट्स वेरी इमोशनल मोमेंट फॉर मी. ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ विलायत एकेडमी मैं कहना चाहूँगा कि अपने जजेस का, अपने डिस्टिंग्विश गेस्ट का, फैमिलीज़ का, वर्कर्स का, ऑर्गेनाइजिंग कमेटी का, हर ये किसी एक का काम है ही नहीं, कोई कर ही नहीं सकता था. इन्हें हम सिर्फ थोड़ी देर के लिए हम जजेस को हटा दें तो प्रोग्राम ख़त्म हो जाए, बच्चे ना आए प्रोग्राम ख़त्म हो जाए, फैमिली अगर इन्वॉल्व ना हो तो प्रोग्राम यह पर नहीं हो सकता था. इट्स रियली एन अमेजिंग थिंग. और मैं विलायत एकेडमी का मैं थोड़ा सा इंट्रोडक्शन भी एक मतलब लोगों को पता है, लेकिन करना चाहूँगा कि जैसे हर इमाम बारगाह में एक संडे स्कूल है, तो आइकॉन का जो संडे स्कूल है वो विलायत एकेडमी है. थोड़े से लोग यहाँ पे शायद कंफ्यूज हो रहे थे कि विलायत एकेडमी जो है उसका आइकॉन से ताल्लुक़ नहीं है. विलायत एकेडमी इज़ बेसिकली आइकॉन का ही हिस्सा है, क्योंकि आइकॉन के अंदर हम लोग यहाँ पे जितनी भी हमारी क्लासेस होती हैं, जितने प्रोग्राम होते हैं, वो यहाँ पे विलायत एकेडमी के अंडर में होते हैं। हर सेंटर का जो स्कूल है वो अपनी आइडेंटिटी अलग रखता है, चाहे वो सिजनी हो, चाहे वो खुई हो, चाहे वो शाहनजह हो। तो विलायत एकेडमी माशाल्लाह यहाँ के ऊपर उसका जो मेन मकसद है वो विलायत अली मौलाना साहब की गाइडेंस के अंदर, और हर चीज़ जो हो रही है वो मौलाना साहब की सुपरविजन में हो रही है। विलायत अली और गमी हुसैन के ऊपर हमारा सबसे ज़्यादा फोकस है। और माशाल्लाह यहाँ पे वो पेरेंट्स भी बैठे हैं जिनके बच्चे यहाँ आते हैं। अल्लाह का मौला का बड़ा करम है कि उनकी जो तरबियत है वो हम लोग मुस्तकिल सारे इमामों के ऊपर और हर एक के ऊपर हम मुसलसल प्रोग्राम करते हैं। अभी भी हम लोग डिस्कस कर रहे थे कि अभी हम इंशाल्लाह रबीउल अव्वल में हम क्या करेंगे। अगेन मेरे पास मतलब मैं आई एम नॉट अ गुड ओरेटर, बट आई कैन से दैट टुडे आई एम मोर स्पीचलेस कि किस तरह से पेरेंट्स ने अपने बच्चों को इस बात पे कन्विंस किया और किस तरह से बच्चे इस बात पे कन्विंस हुए कि उन्हें आके मुस्तकिल तैयारी करके यहाँ पे आए। और इतनी खूबसूरत उन्हें प्रेजेंटेशन दी जो कि मेरे ख्याल एक बहुत यूनिक चीज़ थी है। मतलब हमने यहाँ इतने अरसे से, मैं अमेरिका में हूँ, इस टाइप की मैंने कोई इनिशिएटिव नहीं देखा जिसमें बच्चे डॉक्यूमेंट्रीज बना के लाएँ और उसको वो अपने पेरेंट्स के सामने और डिस्टिंग्विश जजेस के सामने जो माशाल्लाह जिनका बहुत नाम है उनके सामने वो पेश करें। मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूँगा मौलाना अनवर साहब से कि वो आके कुछ अल्फाज अदा करें ताकि हम इसको प्रोग्राम को करें प्लीज़ कबला।
औज़ुबिल्लाहिस्समीउल मिनश्शैतानिर्रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन वस्सलातु वस्सलामु अला सय्यिदिना व नबिय्यिना अबिल क़ासिम मुहम्मद व अला आलिहि तय्यबीन अत्ताहिरीन अल्लज़ीना अज़हबल्लाहु अन्हुम अर्रिज्स व तह्हरहुम तत्हीरा। Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Amazingly beautiful, isn't it? Okay. May Allah bless all of you, the contestants, their parents, their participants, the organizers, the judges, and everyone, okay, for a program that's unmatched, for a program that was fantastic, for a program that opens up new venues for us. Okay. And inshallah, this is the first one, and we'll proceed in Rabiul Awwal, okay, with Prophet Sallallahu program, in Rajab, Imam Ali's program, and so on, okay. Inshallah, through this small place that you see, okay, we'll be able to reach to the 12th Imam, okay. Inshallah, okay. Your participation, your support, your help would always be needed. As Brother Asad said so clearly, eloquently, that one person cannot do anything, okay? It is a combined effort of everyone to make things possible, okay? Hopefully, we proceed with the same strength, with the same compassion, with the same courage, and with the same help, inshallah. May Allah bless all of you with the best of His blessings, and may He be your guide at all times, okay? Special thanks to the judges, in addition to thanks to contestants, okay, their parents, and everyone who chipped in. May Allah bless all of you. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
So as you all know, I've announced last time as well, but a lot of new people are here, so I'm going to make an announcement here for about the results. So parents might not know, but the contestants, they know very well that all, the contests nationwide or statewide, the results always announced later. You all have seen the criteria. So we have a panel of 5 judges. Each judge has 20 points total, and they all have judged you individually on their own. And then we need really a very good amount of time to total all raw points. And then after that, we will finalize We means judges. So first, second, third place. But every contestant will get a certificate of participation and places. That's one reason that we cannot, it's not possible humanly to announce the results right now, right after it. Secondly, you know, it's Shahada dates. So it's not appropriate to announce the first, second, third places today, because you see that the contestants, they have done really, really a good job. So we have to cheer them, and we will. But today we cannot. Right after this, we have a majlis, and Taboot will be Baramat here, so we cannot do that cheering and happiness in these particular days. So we will announce the date for the award ceremony sooner, but definitely after Eid-e-Zehra. Wilayat Academy has the official times from 11 to 1:30 here in this hall, so definitely any Sunday after Eid-e-Zehra we'll announce. We all will go home, but our judges are still not done, because they have to count the raw points from the previous competition, 32 participants, and this competition, 18 participants. So altogether 50. So it's a lot of work our judges need to do to finalize and announce first, second, third places in all different categories. Right, so if any judge, like last time, if you want to add something, I can.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. This is the first time I see that we have video competition, and you see that we have speech competition all the time, but this is the first time I have at least witnessed this video competition, and every student, believe it, they have done excellent job, and that shows that our future generation is very bright, and of course they have means that we didn't have in our times when we were younger like you guys, but you have all the means, and you have taken advantage of those very beautifully, and explaining Imam Hussein's message. That's what we need to propagate to everybody, especially in this country and all over the world also. And I really admire all of you, and I really congratulate you for your success. And keep it on, beta, keep it on. And inshallah, Allah is with you, Imam Hussain is with you, and his message is Allah's message, and Allah will protect you, and in your progress, Allah is going to help you. Thank you very much, beta.
Assalamu alaikum. So it was really good presentation by each presenter, but I will just give one advice, that your responsibility is to convey this message to other people, to non-Muslims, to other sects of Muslims, and there are many messages. But today the need of this time is to spread the message. Do not confuse people with many messages, but choose one message of Imam Hussain, the dignity of humanity and justice against, for oppressed people. This is the message that you have to give to other people, not only to Shia's people, but non-Shia, Sunni people, our other sects, brothers, and our Christians and Jewish people. If you have given that message of Imam Hussain to other people, then you are successful. Thank you.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम। इतना खूबसूरत टेक्निकल प्रोग्राम देखकर यकीनन बड़ी खुशी हुई, लेकिन इन सब चीज़ों को आगे करने के लिए वलायत एकेडमी की टीचर्स और जो पेरेंट्स हैं उनसे मेरी गुजारिश है कि बच्चों में बहुत टैलेंट है, लेकिन ज़रा नम हो तो ये मिट्टी बड़ी ज़रख़ेज़ है साकी, और पानी टीचर्स को और पेरेंट्स को डालना है, तो आप डालिए, मिट्टी बहुत ज़रख़ेज़ है इंशाल्लाह।
Assalamualaikum. No, I was very surprised. First watching some of the videos, I wasn't expecting too much, but you guys blew my socks off. The videos were a lot better than I anticipated, and alhamdulillah, it's so nice to see you guys putting in so much work for something that's so meaningful to all of us. Like, this is something that's going to last forever, so keep trying, keep getting better at it, and like Dr. Firdaus was saying, alhamdulillah, we all were raised in Shia households with the Shia community, but this is not for us, this is for the non-Shias to see, to motivate them, to show them the right side. So alhamdulillah, and mashallah for all your efforts. Thank you.
Sure. As being the last judge to speak, I can always refer back to my previous judges and say everything they've said I agree with. And one other thing I just want to add, I think is very important, and one of the messages from Karbala that we take is basirat. The insights, political insight, geopolitical insights, but also understanding the environments, understanding what's happening in the world today, and apply those messages and those lessons from Karbala in those scenarios as well. I think many of us are surprised, but also not surprised, because, and what I mean by that is the youth today are a bit more politically savvy than the older folks. And I'm happy to see that you were able to present that in a coherent way. And like Dr. Firdaus said, I think it's very important to convey that universal message of Karbala to those who are unaware of the message. Thank you.
Thank you.
So by this, we'll conclude the program. See you in award ceremony. Allah Hafiz.